Today I'm going to show you my healthy elderberry syrup recipe. Today we're going to make some elderberry syrup. This is something that my husband and I make all the time. Well, actually I make it, but we take it every day. It's really good for boosting your immune system. It has some really great power to it. You've probably heard a lot about it lately because of everything going on. Today I'm going to show you how to make it. Now, I don't make it on the stovetop, I make it in my Instant Pot. So that's the recipe that I'm going to share with you today. So let's get started. So the first thing that I want to add to my Instant Pot is 3½ cups of water. This is just tap water. It's not warm, it's not cold, it's just regular tap water. To that, I'm going to add 2/3 cup of dried elderberries. Now, these are organic elderberries, and I buy them from a place called Farmhouse Teas. You can search them, farmhouseteas.com. So 2/3 cup of berries. You can also do frozen or fresh berries too if you wanted to. You just have to add a little bit more like 1 1/3 cups of fresh or frozen. Okay, so then you want 2 tablespoons of ground ginger. I just peeled this using a spoon. It's very easy to do, and it gets off all the outer skin without getting off any of the ginger itself. Then I grated it, just a regular stand-up hand grater, and until I got a couple of tablespoons. And now I'm going to add that to the mixture. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. Making this in the Instant Pot, I just like it because it's simpler. I don't have to pay attention to the temperatures. I know that the Instant Pot's going to do everything for me. So let's get the lid on. Before you start your Instant Pot, you want to make sure that this is on sealed. You see where it says venting there? That's when the pressure comes out. So you don't want it on venting until it's finished. For right now, you want to make sure it is sealed. Now, once it's sealed, we're just going to push manual for 9 minutes. That's all. And then the rest is up to the Instant Pot. It's going to take care of what it's going to do. I'm just going to wait for it. You can see it's turning on now. Now it's going to start to heat up. Once it reaches the correct pressure, it's going to start counting down. At the end of that 9 minutes, I am going to immediately flip this back over to venting, and I'm going to take the lid off and let it cool. Then once it's cooled, we've got one more ingredient to add. It's done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to let it vent. Once it's done venting, we're going to take the lid off and let it cool. I'm going to remove the lid. You always want to remove it so that the steam is away from you, because it does give off a good bit of steam. Okay, so I'm going to set the lid down here. Can you see in there? We're just going to let that sit and cool before we add our last ingredient. Okay, the syrup has cooled, so I'm going to strain it. Now what I'm going to do is squeeze the berries through the mesh. Okay, our final ingredient is honey. Let's get that in here. We're going to stir that all around and get it all dissolved as much as we can. Now, the reason why we don't put the honey in while it's cooking is We don't want to heat it up to a high temperature because once it gets heated, it will lose all of those benefits that it has. So I'm gonna get this all stirred up. There may be a few little pieces on the bottom that aren't completely dissolved, but that's okay. They'll shake up in the jar when we get it in there. I'm not worried about it. That's how much one batch will make. Let's get a lid on it. So making elderberry syrup is that simple. It was really easy to do and it's really good for you. It has a lot of great benefits. It's full of antioxidants and all those things that are good for you. It's great for inflammation. It's great to protect your heart. It's great to boost your immune system. It's great for a lot of things. For doses, I would not take as an adult more than 1 to 2 tablespoons a day. For a child, you never want to give it to anyone under the age of 1. They cannot have honey. A dosage for a child, I would say about a teaspoon a day. Now, you wouldn't want to take a whole glass of this or drink it right up thinking, well, if a little's good for you, a lot's even better. That's not so with elderberry syrup, because a lot of this or anything in a high dose is really bad for you. And if you're a nursing mom or a pregnant mom, you don't want to take this either. So do your research, see for yourself how you feel about it and if you think it's good for you. And try it out if it is. I know that you'll like it because anything that is healthy and good for your family, you just gotta love. So thank you for joining me here at Mimi's Pantry.